All right, bye, Dad. See you when I get home. I'll be back around before 9. Good evening, everybody. So, I think I checked a little while ago, and today's sunset is 8:52 p.m. 7:52 p.m. on Standard Time. If I confirm that would make the big thing about is we have started to notice a bit of a shift in daylight between. One thing I do want to say to everybody is that so today is the last thing go out of hand. I might hang out with Reese. I'm not sure. Tomorrow we'll do our Reynolds happy hour. And tomorrow will be the Reynolds happy hour for 7:33. Technically, that's our schedule for the summer month. If we'll have Reynolds happy hour making a comeback, and we'll have our Reynolds happy hour, and we'll have happy hour around. We'll have the Reynolds happy hour around tomorrow night. So this is what typically our schedule is, and that's what our schedule starts to look like for summer. That we would have the Reynolds or outside primary secondary school play. There's also is that too. They can notice how initially talked about doing it uninterrupted, but last summer for the MPA, I'm sure having the custodian, that was when the custodian. I think Saturday night might not be an issue, but like how many cases do we see in a typical especially starting from I think the September, and if once we get past December, we're gonna start seeing some. Once we get past July, we're not gonna have as much daylight past this time. So I'm gonna need to be very honest that once we switch back to past season, it's not gonna be as light. We need to be very honest that how much light we're gonna start to lose. It's like how much daylight we're gonna start losing. So I think sooner or later I might start taking off my sunglasses again if I'm not be bright enough. Without another walk home and then start taking them off. 'Cause I think starting sometime in like the beginning of August or so, I don't think I will do it right as of yet. I might have to start removing the sunglasses. I will probably be starting to remove my sunglasses again gradually. So gradually, yeah, it will get earlier and earlier and earlier where I start to take off the sunglasses. Earlier and earlier and earlier, and my time up there until eventually we're just not gonna have as much money to do out here. We have to use our phone. Well, eventually we can just start sending out our lives, and eventually we're gonna be up here with the pitch darkness. We're gonna end up doing these walks in pitch black and starting our life in the pitch black darkness. So doing it in the darkness. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to say, like roughly August through until next April, so roughly that spring. Like roughly from now through to and then now I think the 4th week. This is now the 4th week where the schools have been opened on evenings, and we also need to recognize that there's a first permit that comes in Sunday morning, so it's not completely closed. So it's not, so we're not completely closed. Not completely closed. I mean, this was something that wasn't here last year. The school is not completely closed on a Sunday. I think they're open only 6 days a week. And last year I think it was only I think last year I don't know about the Christmas break or not because I don't know. But that's a good point you kind of raised. And that's actually kind of a good point a lot of people have raised that church permit even during the Christmas break or even with me during the week. So we need to remember that it doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna do a live stream up here. It just means that we just may have to be a lot more flexible than okay, we're going to do. But we also need to note what yeah, then it starts getting dark around like okay, it's only 8:53 or 8:52 p.m. right now. In a month from now, around the end of August, beginning part of September, it would be around. It will be just before 9, so it would mean that in the next couple of weeks, it will be like before 8 o'clock. 8. So we could start losing. We could soon start losing daylight. So if we did wind up like this last year, but last summer, if I remember, they weren't here. Remember, the Australians weren't there for most of the summer. Evening, we didn't have that church permit, so it's kind of to be a difficult challenge. I've ever been to church permit, that technically goes all year round, and I asked Jason, and the building is not completely open. Oh, and what we found out was that from Jay, not Jacob, but Jason, not Jacob, but Jason, that the building around Pine Ridge, I need to have some talk to Nora about that because I may not be able to stream when I'm around them because I have something I want to say to people that for a while since I've been doing these live streams, But I kind of, I kind of want to keep an eye on it because I man, that's the big problem is that I should have had the game schedule and we're technically into the playoffs. I mean, we can't technically be. Maybe we may have to probably take the mic muted, and I may not. It looks like I should have had the schedule because it looks like we're into playoffs this year. And the building technically isn't open. I don't know how to see if it's open because I don't. We might have to be very careful because if they're playing music, we may need to turn the mic off every time we go around, and then we might restart it when we get. And they've been playing football here practically almost every day, even with even without. Meaning, if people start getting into the building, I may have to wind up leaving the property. I can't be up here. I'm really hoping that. I'm hoping that this will send a message to a lot of these football players that the building is closed and that it should be all night. So I may need, that I've been checking up here, that if I have to leave the property, I may have to wind up leave. I may have to not stay up here and have to have the stream closed. So there's a good bet that this stream could have to be mostly copyright. Because mostly all my music video is copyright. I'm actually been checking the schedule how to fit there in the. I'm hoping that by the time we reach August, this could hopefully be gone. And remember, Yeah. So guys, if there are any custodians here that it doesn't look like it has all the lights, I think there is someone, as the building is, okay, generally it's not open, so nobody should know staff aren't here right now. So you know that. We may need to be very honest, guys, that if these dolphins are why are just playing why even though it's like we could get copyright. But I need to remember, guys, that it's copyright. We may have to wind up not staying here. And I'm really hoping that the game will be over. And the last couple Saturdays have been really dead, have been really quiet. I have a feeling that this could drag into November, and it's probably going to carry over into November. And this is going to carry right over until I think, I guess we have to be early November. And I think if these games could be dragging into fall. And if I can't stay here and I can't generally be up here, and yeah, I may not be up here. Because if that's the case and they have a football permit here, I can't maybe be here. And in fact, I may have to wind up. And in fact, if that was the case and there were football groups here, Ellie, it's kind of more often because the building, like, I want to say, again, the only saving, like, I'm gonna put you guys down here. But again, you know what? But again, let me tell you guys, the only saving grace is that the building is closed. So if I can't be up here, we're gonna have to leave. Like, and who would have to wind up because they have loudspeakers, so we could have to wind up running down to an area where we have can't use. I'm really hoping that have the football schedule. Because I have a feeling that this playoff is gonna drag right into probably until November, probably, and that's gonna carry over into the fall. So I think we do need to realize that people have been trying to use the bathroom in here. I think we need to realize that we're still gonna do a stream up here anyway. But I could have to wind up. I think it's fair to say that I do want to have to tell people that this could be a problem. If people are telling me to use the bathroom, I might have to wind up leaving because if things get really sketchy here, I think I'm gonna get here. If things start getting sketchy here, I'm gonna have to wind up leaving because go somewhere else and just go somewhere else to walk around. So it's very and if we have to maybe go find a backup because we'll find a backup. We'll find maybe a backup because that, well, I'm betting that the playoff run from July to November. I think roughly it ends probably in early November at the latest. That's what I heard. So we need to keep that in mind that if this place gets outright busy, but we need to be very honest that next year, because I think we really shift more or less toward, and we need to keep that in mind, guys, that we no longer have Pine Ridge as an option. So, like, we could have to eventually, and I need to realize that if the end comes up, and especially when around here, especially when Ian was talking about major school life, not major school events, but potentially even this too, I could probably get the obstacle. So I need to be very careful. I had to try that, like, so I had to do this like last week. We're gonna need to do that again this time. We did something like this last week. We're gonna have to do it now. I remember I had to mute the mic a lot last few weeks. We're gonna have to do that now. So I think and this time it may be a longer duration than the music that we have here because they have full-on speakers. So if this video is copyright strike, I'm not gonna be able. I could be in so much trouble. And if I get, I'm just saying this, guys, that if if YouTube finds out, I could get strike and I can get into a lot of trouble. And remember, school's not open, so nobody can go in and use the bathroom, which is good. That is a good thing that they really did that because the building is not open for public use. Bad washroom, so we need to be very honest that if things get toward vandalism, because it's also prevent vandalism. But you never know, things will get hurt in here. And there have been a lot of incidents of people. In reality, there have been a lot of incidents up here. Technically, that is a bio that is considered cancer. So, I would have to wind up leaving here. And say, you know what, guys? I would have to wind up leaving and going somewhere else until 8:30 because I can't be up here if there's a football game and I can't maybe. Guys, I'm gonna need to mute the mic, guys, so I'm saying see you guys back in 5 minutes. Alright, Chad. I think we caught a bit of a window here. I think we caught a bit of a so we caught a bit of a narrow window here before music starts up. So I need to be very honest, guys, that if I'm up here and I do a stream and they're up here too, I could have to make a decision here if ever should I continue walking around here or not, or just sit here until just sit here until 8:30, or whether I should just leave and whether I should just take a different way, out and bypass the whole Heimer's area altogether. And then they give you a football game stretching into the fall. But yeah, they're more spread out. And like we need to keep that in mind, guys, that it's probably more spread out than but it's spread out through. But I think it's a bit more spread out through I think spread out through the year. So I used as I put the COVID cases is that back to school is already starting to be rolled in. So if I have to tell you guys that, but sadly I may not be able to stream up here as much. Remember last year in particular I had to put it in my pocket? I'm gonna need to do that now. I remember I think last week I had to wind up using my mic time up here. I'm gonna need to do that now, and I'm gonna need to do that now because I can't have copyright. I can't have copyright related music on here. Because I can get in trouble. Because I don't want to wind up getting banned, just like what we did with Wikipedia. Because that's the last thing I want to say. I am not taking any chances here. Alright, so we have one person watching, so we need to be very honest that I know I know most people don't know, but I did a lot of these early morning walks. I actually received a complaint. Eventually, I wound up receiving a complaint, and yeah, I'm not. So during the school year, we're not going to be doing any early morning walks up here. We're not allowed to technically do it. Which I could be fine up here doing it, but I remember that especially before and or after the start of the school day or around after the school day. So the only time I could be up here would have to be early morning. Will have to be really early in the morning. It would have to be very early in the. Will have to be in this time of the day, and or on the weekend if I'm gonna be able to stream. But I've had a place in my betting odds here to tell you guys that if I get a job, I might. Or I don't know if I'm saying that if the weather starts getting colder, I may be placing my betting odds here and hedging my bets that we might not be able to do that many streams up here as much. Meaning it's not at all. It's not at all because I may not be out here for quite a long period of time. Meaning essentially meaning I could be looking at shorter walks during the colder months and only doing long walks on Saturday and Sunday nights and only doing short walks here. And only doing long walks here Saturday or Sunday night, meaning I might not be streaming from I might not be doing my usual thing. So I kind of been placing my betting odds that we're not gonna be doing watching like as much. But I would have to wind up watching them from home and then leaving because eventually we need to realize that it will start to get very cold, it will start to get very dark. If I meaning I probably might be every couple weeks I might do it during the time because I might be able to if if it's possible because I will try to use my phone if possible Yeah, so I think I'm saying, guys, that during the winter or fall, I would have to start factoring in when temperatures start getting too cold. So I'm thinking that when I do my streams out here between the months of November and I'm saying April, so I'm saying like between like October to April, maybe September as well, a little bit to some extent, but I think September to some extent, but we can say October, November, December. But if we're gonna clean, I think the whole rush start getting into the cold temperatures again, especially if we get below like 5 degrees. I think we need to be very honest with you guys. So I need to be very honest, guys. I would have to potentially scale these back a bit. I want to tell everybody that what it is technically closed, so technically you can't get into the building to use the bathroom. So I'm making mind that if anybody that tries getting in here or breaks in, and it sense here, I want to say that for breaking and entering is it could cause vandalism to the property. But I don't do that because you can get vandalism and charge of vandalism to property damage. But I want to tell you guys that once we move into October, September, uh, Generally, it's not technically an issue because most people, but if there was actually an actual tournament, I should maybe even be up here, even if not, or even up here at all. So essentially, if there's a football game, even though Steve's okay with it, me coming in, but if you were here, and I shouldn't be here, if there's that football permit here, I shouldn't be here on this around here because if you guys don't come, make it very, very, very worrying. Uh, okay, see something very similar, but this is where I think the cases of COVID start to go in a little bit because that's where I think uh notice how higher that 21, 22 is. They did a similar study around that same time period that we're only in early July. We're only like today's July 20th, so we're a month. We're only like 2 months away from the from the fall equinox. So hopefully it could be if once every week I do these streams out here, we're gonna start losing daylight out here very, very, very soon. We could be in darkness up here and streaming. We could be in darkness and streaming. But we also may start factoring sports and everything, but as we start getting a little bit colder, and I think a lot of people are saying we could be trending in toward a neutral, maybe with a weak lining conditions. I would say neutral to borderline weak. I think technically that's I think the last of it. Maybe if the last of the more younger population, I think it shifted to a more older. So I may start having thank you. So, alright guys, so I'm gonna have to maybe talk to you guys about this topic here that you guys that whenever the football people are here, or whenever there are a lot more people around and there's that the football crew, they have really high speakers and they don't care if they scream, even if I'm screaming up here or not, that I have to mute the mic. So that means that I cannot bring people up when there are people here. I did with Mohammed and stuff, but I was saying to a lot of you guys, and that could include Mohammed and Nora, that I was going to bring Nora and Mohammed in for the trip to London with us, but apparently said no. So last week we said, "Hi, dude." Hello. To respect that, so I need to talk to Mohammed here that hey, my family might want us, and I do not want to have that discussion with Mohammed now, but I think in the near future we need to probably bring this up that I'm really wishing that it never has. It's never come up like this, but it has never come up at this point, but I have a feeling we've come to a conclusion that it should, it's that should things change and things evolve, I could anticipate that we could actually switch. It's that it's that should the circumstances change come September, and I may need to be very clear that if should the circumstances change and things evolve, I would probably be doing Christmas and then March break, and then March break, and then hopefully next summer for 4 weeks. Sadly, we were not able to. This not the first time I got in community camp. Always required the longest street Yeah, we need to be very honest, guys. I think we need to be very honest, guys. When I switched from Valley Farm to Fairport like 2 years ago, so like we were not able to do the SAT team at least 2 years ago. A lot of the plans that we have this year are not being utilized. So like we're not doing SAT this year. We're not doing the. We haven't done really any yet plans this year. We simply have not been able to do it. So in 2014, I made the decision that I rolled out of it. I think my friends, and I think it really did sort of send a message was that when we knew that Jason wasn't coming back, Holton wasn't coming back, it sent a message to us that we were likely coming to our end too. So it was very obvious that really nobody that we know isn't there anymore. So in reality, Henry, I'm still one of the law. I was one of the losses, or one of the losses. I think if Nate goes back, he would like to be claiming the title that West Straw comes back. Unless I come back one more week. But I think a lot of the old campers are from before 2022. From before 2021 are gone. 18 are gone now, so meaning everyone's aged out. So all of us that were campers there, I think that they seem to be trending more younger. Younger? I guess they've been trending more for younger population, but I would have still done the SAT team here. I would probably not have done as much fluff of it for it was going to be probably a lot more difficult to come to terms with than this past year. We would probably be going for the potential that we might not be able to come to terms with the potential of we're going to have to possibly stay out of hybrid. Because everything that we've done here ran for us, and I don't think I would have been doing content out here than I am now. I don't know if I would have even been back. I probably would not have been here for the evening run, for the evening. Yeah, I need to pay attention to, so I can't a good year. I think that 2024 for me, I need to be maybe very honest about that because it just hasn't been the same up here without Holton, Jason, and especially when I was here. Because when I was here, my fourth year and the fourth year of me as an SAC member, and there was no talent show this year. We were willing to contend. We were willing to contend in the fourth year of, of myself as an SAC member. And we were for a fifth year, which would have been the year of me as an SAC member and the longest SAC member on record. And there was SAC. So this would be the first time that the year, or was still best, but the year was really slow. Could be considered the slowest year we've had since 2014. This was the last year where everything was just simply was just quite a quiet year. It hasn't been particularly as active as we had. Not even the summer, even this year as well. We haven't been doing anything. So in reality, there could be nothing stopping me from going there back. But my parents really pushed me into it. Unless I've been pushed right into it, very well be obvious that I'm really like, why am I doing this? And I kept said, eventually I kept said, why am I doing this? And why do I keep doing this every year? And eventually I finally decided that 2024 it was happening a little bit. It was happening a lot earlier than it did last year. And all the difficult times that we had, difficult moments have happened a little bit earlier than it did last year, and it was enough that we had to scale back this year. We really Time when it came out. It came out even the Friday, so I think we can even say if it came out the Friday, we could be looking at whatever came out the Dark Rising. Like I say, the week of when that came out, July 20th. So we could have been rising since July 20th, but it was rising ever since that week, and that was when the tests were coming back positive and COVID started to trend up a little bit. You started to see it in the PCR testing a little bit, that we rose all the way back to where we were at the very end of March. I would probably say that when the report came out at the end of September, if this could have came out, I would say note that it came out. I would say the word note that this report for this week came out September 29th, 2023. I could just say hospitalizations. Well, I do need to be very honest with everybody here on this, that I would have to scale back. Like, everybody saying, Dylan is okay, you're fine. I don't know if we ever in a position to bring them. Uh, it had, I think like it's gonna be like last year. We need to keep that in mind that there are football games here. I'm hoping that the season will be over before we start winding down these locks. That the season will be over. I feel like this is for high school now. I think that they shifted more or less. Now elementary is shifted into playoff mode. And I need to maybe have to schedule that if ever this season is going into August, if ever scheduled last year, they only went as far as like late July, so we maybe have to football club. I know that they have been. I know actually gonna have to have a lot more. It's gonna be a lot of pieces between. I think generally RSV and COVID. So we not say that they might be moving to a seasonal basis and a year-round basis. So we need to be very honest that if we make up our own data, we can just say that it went over 1,000. And when the positivity rate was around moderate, we can say we jumped to about 1,000 cases. So I think we can even say that we jumped to roughly 1,000. That would have been it, because I would have violated, I would have lost his phone. That would have been the end of my YouTube career. Essentially, they could have, I would have not been able to, I could very well never been able to walk again, and I'm in trouble, man. I really am in trouble. And I want to say this, guys, but uh, I want to least, but I want to be very honest with you guys that uh, I'm actually going to hit out. Because the last evening game, because unless we have another really warm November, hello, well, Nino and La Nina, or La Nina tend to maybe transform more milder fall, and maybe some extent the winter we could have a milder, but neutral patterns, especially La Nina, if this trend keeps going where it's going, I think, and we are starting to see a bit of that La Nina pattern moving into the central Nino 3-4 region. We are seeing the pattern shifting into the Nino 3.4 region. We're definitely in more cool neutral now, trending into La Nina. Everything's been kind of out of sync. I want to tell everybody funny that huh, that this COVID type wave hit around 2024. 2025, I think they went as far as saying Kentucky made that decision. I got banned from COVID. I could very well gotten myself banned. And if, because that's what eventually led to me getting banned and losing my account. But I found myself in a lot of trouble because of all the other people making. And by spring, we were down to a level where, yeah, we were at an all-time low. But as of right now, remain low. But we need to be very honest that if the weather changes next winter, we need to be very honest that we need to change quickly because if we have another big wave like what we saw what we saw last year, last winter, or or last winter where the hospitalizations got way too high, I would say probably will not be as high as they were, not as high as last year. I would probably say not as high as last year. I want to be very honest, that it's not going to be as high as last year. Uh, Everybody just saying people are not buying into it, and that's not the thing. Who is the most critical. Yeah, and officially, I think we can say Ontario is not reporting cases anymore, but yeah, Ontario may not be reporting cases anymore, given the past history. he simply wrote that said, I'm reporting you and that's you are being reported. This time around, yeah, given that we also had over that too, and based on all our research that we did, he reported us. He reported us to the NIH, to the Administrative for instance, but it went beyond just reporting and teaming. Trust me, he, and said he friends us, and then we kind of any friends, and everybody think of he kind of friend him back. I said no. It was an ultimatum. It was clearly a warning. I think how you made friends against me. No, it was a warning. I told him, you and I were put my edits back. Never I think like friend us first and then we friend him back. When to that notice report, and we made it with a personal attack back and friend him. And said, oh no, I've never did anything to you. I didn't leave a wild threat. It was very well obvious that if he did left a wild threat, it was death and bodily harm. I think it would have been death or harm. It would have been threats of any really serious level. I would be really serious. I would tell the users that, hey, I did not have anything to do with these. Please stop reverting my edits. And the guy told him, oh no, I'm not gonna let you. I made it very honestly, I will not. I will not try to be mean to Wikipedia users and show no remorse. I was saying to him that it is not within your right. I was going to tell him that it's not within your right to, or within your own right. And so it's not within your right as a user to shut us down. I don't think the community wanted me that uncomfortable or was not uncomfortable with seeing me that way last year. I don't think Country did not feel comfortable addressing me that way last year. We're under a different circumstance now, and we're under some different rule. And we need to be very honest that we're in a very different spot in the pandemic. That we're in a very different spot with COVID. We don't even know if it's to be considered a pandemic anymore. We're nowhere near like the health we saw in 2020. We're even lower than that year now. We're even lower than I think where we were last year. So it's very honest that COVID could be a year-round. It's likely going to be a year-round virus that hits possibly once or maybe this could be like twice a year. Maybe. Yeah. Because that's anything we need to start maybe being concerned that we may have to start being a little bit concerned. Because that's anything we need to maybe start being, being a little bit concerned. And then we'll have to start being a little bit concerned here. Because incomes are trending up everywhere. When back we start seeing like 2022 levels again, like at the high of the Omicron wave in January 2022, or any of the waves that we saw in 2022, or any of the prior waves in 2022, we should be when we should start getting, concerned. And I don't think the healthcare system is in a position, it was not in the position, and I know hearing like 2020, and if the healthcare was not in the position where it was now. But we were in a different place during pre-COVID. I know healthcare And we also have Gardenia with his overriding the bus and everything. And generally, we had Beryl through June, like, and there's been nothing forming in the North Atlantic this time around. And I think we need to be very honest that if that warm pool, if that stays through until the winter, that could actually be a signal. You might actually tell people that the warm pool off, if that was to say stick around until in the winter time, if that were to occur in winter, it would signal like a mild winter here for the eastern half of the US. And which was the case, and that was fair here in the summer of 2022, and it led to the mild winter that we saw. Led to well, we still get a few cool winter with that warm cool there, but mostly we get a mild winter here. But it can be very interesting. We end up with not as cold winter and we say not as cold. We don't have that much of a cold winter. That area is cold. We don't get a very warm summer. We could as I check the previous wave. Going back to 2022 and I can tell that dating back to I say early 2022 or 2020 but was not being utilized, so you have to stop doing this stuff. And you have to stop doing this stuff of behavior. Otherwise, you're not getting away with it. Otherwise, you're not going to be allowed to head here again. And you might not be allowed to edit the site. You're never going to be allowed to edit the site. And we might not be back. I might not even be allowed to continue will effectively said. And we may not be allowed to use the site here again. I mean, I need to be very honest. good. Yeah. But by the way, guys, like, it's actually really difficult to look back at this year and say, we haven't had anything like as this situation. I got myself into. I've been in this situation I found myself in last spring. I need to be very honest with you guys that if I got caught again, if caught, I would have probably been facing a lot of ban time. So I need to be very honest that we might not be able to time lapse probably on our way home. So if that's the case, then simply we're looking there's nothing that is uh, as the vehicle and that if we were doing a live stream, I would have been saying, you know what, after it, like, we're just gonna hold. Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? Really, like, simply wasn't gonna work. To start, guys, the time lapse video, I don't know if I may upload it or not. And I don't know if I may upload that video or not, considering it. But we're gonna be a very well, I might wanna put a disclaimer in for a lot of people that let me say a couple things. Hi guys, before we start skipping around to the end, let me tell you something. The traffic is like way too bad, or in case we were to have a really bad accident. And if we got into a really bad car accident, I don't know what would have happened. Like I would have been injured. Like that would have been it. Like I would have not been able to do any streams right now. That I might have been so injured that I might not even be able to come out here. And in fact, I may have to stop coming up here altogether. And that could be the end. I don't want to be one on Nora. And We would have not been able to do the camp at this point. So, yeah, you name it, like, we weren't able to do anything. I just want out of Pine Ridge. I think of this game. I wish I'd stayed here. Because if I had stayed at Pine Ridge through last school year, we would have had the SAC team, a run of SAC turns through. And that is good right there. That could very well have been a wasted year, and it was technically when I just said the word, what a waste of time and effort. We were not able to do the yak campaign. So simply we just simply said that I just stood right there. It was a very big waste. I said like, man, but, we didn't miss the summer. And I'm not gonna miss the summer. We'll find a way to get in. But let's just be very honest about this. Like, man, like, and you have the playoff and the league. But I think it was until Matthews came. I think Matthews, we hadn't had the longest lasting winning streak, playoff streak since we did 2023. We haven't had an active winning streak since Hi guys. Oh, gonna hit it right. Yeah, yeah, like I think we're out of range with the music, guys, so I think we could get back to normal so we can really just talk here about. So I just got to the Snapchat, so I think we've gotten further out of the range, so it had turn the mic off, turn the mic on, turn the mic off, turn the mic on, turn the mic off, everything was okay. So I have to censor out I have to filter out the music because it is a copyright. Chances are I could get copyright strike. I don't want to get copyright, that's a very big thing. So I got to check the Durham Dolphins schedule because I realized if we are seeing the playoff matchups here, I'm hoping that I think we started in the playoffs because now it means if we started the playoffs, it means when they get their game up here tonight, it's a signal that we started in the playoffs. I think even if the Dolphins wind up playing here, we'll find a way to do it on a Saturday night. But when the pool is open too, we couldn't do it up here. I think we decided that we were still going to do it for starting the season open. But I need to check is if the playoffs go until July, I'm still wondering if like so let's just be very honest that other than last wave where like last year where COVID really took off again, this year we haven't had really any reporting issues, and that's what they're doing with RSV as well. So RSV it's not been unheard of. RSV is also like the same thing with RSV. So RSV and COVID are not being reported at this time. So we need to make that note that if the case counts remain unreported into this winter, we need to be very honest that we need to note that Ontario no longer reports cases anymore, period. And that means that they've essentially ended every practice and every track. If they may. The reporting of COVID-19 has when did I stop doing COVID updates? Without by the time we got to February, so by the time we reached about mid-February, it was February 25th. We were getting that. It was going to be similar, but it's going to be similar, but not quite as high as it was say 2022. During I feel like we're surging throughout the year, and as the province ends its wastewater practice, actually wondering if they're gonna move away from doing open at a provincial level, and if they may start doing this at a national level instead of me thinking that they may not. Many places have stopped, even as provinces have. We should also note that COVID numbers are going undetected now. And and it is the hospitalizations are it is well above ISP at the highest for the year. Yeah, so I can say 1900. I can say 1900. 1900, I say 1902 because it jumped to a level not seen since last time back in October. In October. Uh, Tomorrow we will have the inquest in the Libra. Monday will be October of September 2014, October 2014. We will be interested into Libra, and then Sunset. And then we have the Superior in the sign of Libra. And we have Superior in I know it's at 1 degree Scorpio, yeah. 2014 it was 1 degree Scorpio, but it was 29 Libra by the time got to get 2022. Like, they're threatening it, so if ever are they threatening to extend the family, and as a band, it's not walking by the community. Actually, and 500 sisters is clearly no longer walking. Because sadly, no longer taking an edit. Because sadly, no longer taking the edit that we used to do back in the old days. A lot has happened then. A lot has happened since then. And it looks like it will not be the case this time around. When my mom's phone, this can get right to like 38% to 80 something percent. We go right all the way back to 80%. And here's how the battery. So we were kind of out of the range. Then when when I was at the diner, the music was blasting so loud that this thing was everything I had muted. Like I had to mute the mic, and I had to mute the mic, and I had to mute the mic. I had no choice. Uh, when COVID first hit during 2020, what were things like? And however, I was written the music to be around 400. July, eh, April, March, but we started going up like so by the time we reached roughly early mid-September, to like the middle of September to mid-September, we started seeing the incels. We started getting it like let's say mid-September. Let's just say mid-September. It would be a very that is good right there. It could be a very big wave. That could be a wave. I think when the second week came around, I always had to do it at that moment. We were in emergency. Because you finally going to do that when you take that weekend. You take that weekend out of Wikipedia after not you have to make a decision here. We would have over you have you think you being like that way isn't good. So we were thinking that we can stop to help you grow up and move on. Everyone was saying like it's time for us to weekend and everybody came into agreement that at that softball investigation that most recent on April 6th that he wasn't hitting and he got pissed off and tech users because tech users are me. I can tell that the admins were pissed off. They were saying, at least we had him reaching out on Facebook, but and I had Andrew on Facebook reaching out to me. But I just stood right then and there. We knew we were gonna have to have a conversation with Andrew, but COVID-19 so I have to tell everybody that COVID-19 wasn't really a very big issue at the time. And we can say that later on in 2023, and it was like much later on, we kind of go back to the point where we were in like March or February when that's the first time it's been that high since. And we can even say like the end of February, the very start of March. So I should say the very end of February, the very start of March. start at the very end of February, the very start of March, because remember we had declined cases at that time, so we were saying that we were really trying to hit a big rise in there. But then I think it took off again, that COVID took right back off. As COVID raping back off, but everybody freaked right out of that. I don't know why he had a meltdown like this. And I was worried, man. And wasn't really happy to kind of, when I went to the camp, and I went to the camp last summer, and I was bored, man. And I was bored, man. I would say that yeah, I didn't like it last year. It was just too boring. But I got bored. But it was just being bored. That is stood right there. It was just getting bored. I was just getting outright bored. Bored. Bored and nothing to do. And I was bored, man. We couldn't do any of our activities. We couldn't do the stuff that we did with him. We did kind of couldn't do squash. I mean, it was very obvious that it was boring. It was a boring summer last year. This year, felt like I didn't wait for July. So, alright guys, we're gonna end the stream now. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Alright, bye bye everybody.